Hey all, welcome to Balikbayan here on Roll20. We are Stir Friday Night. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to be here. This is our session 1. If you didn't see our first session, we did our session 0 over for Roll20Con. That's live now over on their YouTube page, so go ahead and take a look at that. But we are just gonna hop right in a little bit, and to get that started, let's do some intros. We are all members of Stir Friday Night, a comedy collective here based in Chicago that is America's oldest all Asian theater and comedy troupe. We've got such renowned alumni as Danny Pudi, as Stephen Yoon, as Mary Sohn, and one day Ben Cummings, if he's lucky. Yeah. No, we all know each other from doing theater in Chicago, and now we live in this new era of COVID, and we decided, well, I reached out to them. I was like, hey, let's play a game online, because that's the only way that I can hang out with all you and feel safe about it. But yeah, so that's what we're here. We're playing Balikbayan. It's a game that is inspired by Filipino lore and mythos, set in a cyberpunk future setting. And yeah, let's go around, introduce you, each of y'all. Let's start with the top and Erica. Do what? Do you wanna? Okay, this is on me. I just asked you to introduce yourself, and I didn't say anything else. Uh, Erica, tell them who you are. What's the name of your character? Just the first name, and what your class is. Oh, right. I have this written down. Let me look at this. Yeah. Just ask folks, yeah, just your name and what's the best thing you've eaten since the last time we played together? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Mm-hmm. That sounds so good. And what day was that? What like how good was it? Was this like you had it on Friday and it still was the best thing? Was it Saturday? Or was it just like earlier tonight? Oh, thank you. How about
How
now?
are we on? Can you
Is that
guys
fixed? Chat, can
Can
you
you
hear
hear
us
us now?
now?
I said so much funny stuff
Yeah,
while
yeah.
we were
Everyone
all
was
muted.
very funny.
Yeah, it was
really
it was
good?
really
Everyone was actually just roasting me, so that was perfect timing. I think we're fixed now. So Erica, yeah, tell us who you are, and actually, uh, this is good. Well, save your character stuff for later. And yeah, just what was the best thing you ate? Tell us about those chicken thighs.
Okay, yeah, my name is Erica, and spoiler alert, Masood, the best thing I ate since the last time we all saw each other was these dang chicken thighs I made with a bunch of herbs, root vegetables. It was amazing. It was delicious.
Hell yeah. Ben, up next.
Oh, hi, I'm Ben Cummings, he and his. Things I've eaten since Friday.
Uh-huh.
I had some ramen. It's quite good.
Uh-huh.
You know what I had? Was a bunch of fresh roasted shishito peppers. Picked them right
Ooh.
off the vine, put them on the stove. It was good stuff.
Nice. And would you just like ate them as is? Did you add them to anything, or were you just like, I'm just eating
Uh,
peppers tonight?
No, I had them as like a starter,
Yeah.
but with like a little dipping sauce, some soy and
Hell yeah.
vinegar.
Very tasty. Usher, what about you?
Ooh, the best thing that comes to mind is this doll my mom made. I recently went vegetarian, so she's having to like really compensate. She makes a lot of meat. If you don't
Yeah.
know, that was like a lentil dish
Mhm.
that can be prepared. There's plenty of types, and she made a new type. I don't know what it's like. We usually have yellow dal, but this is brown dal. It is really good. And
Okay.
we have it with rice.
Very cool.
I don't know what's different about it. She
Did you like it? Was it a
anytime I
brown?
ask-
Was it a brown lentil versus a yellow lentil? Was that like the big thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she said she seasoned it differently. But anytime I ask her for the recipe, she's like, "Oh, you know."
Yeah.
And I don't know.
That's how
I still
that's how
don't
so
know.
much cooking is, like with my mom specifically. A lot of it's just like, yeah, it's like this, a dash here, and then I'll get up to it. So is a dash equals how many tablespoons? Like just
Just
yeah.
no.
We don't
Asian
just-
moms don't measure; they just cook.
exactly.
Yeah, they
and
cook with their heart.
it's always good. Not always, but a lot. You say it's always good.
But then, but then when you try to cook with your heart, you burn it.
You
At
burn.
least I do.
Yeah.
I can't cook with my heart. I have to cook with the recipe. Anyway.
Shoot. How about you?
My name is Shu, and I am Luzon. And the best thing I ate was I've been making a lot of bread. So I made a focaccia. I'm trying to use a biga, which is like an Italian version of a poulish, which is just a fancy word of saying you want to pre-ferment part of your dough so that it's like softens the rest of the bread. I'm still working on my recipe, but I was very pleased with it.
Very cool. That sounds very interesting. And is this an ongoing series? Because like, if you don't know, you can follow Shu on Instagram and see her Instagram stories of like the not even weird, just the good food you make that I would never think to create.
I am an obsessive cook, and so anybody who wants to see me try and make the most absurd things, like I'm this close to growing my own wheat so that I can actually grind it up, because how you grind it actually really matters for how the water mixes with it, so the molecules can strengthen the gluten.
It's good
Anyways,
to know
I'll shut the fuck
cottagecore
up
didn't
now.
affect you at all during quarantine. I really no articles trending because of that. Harrison, what's new with you? What have you been eating?
Hi, I'm Harrison. He, him, his. I'm playing Ambo. Something that I ate that was really good recently was I reverse seared some steak, which was very delicious.
Ooh.
I put the Trader Joe's like mushroom umami powder and a little bit of the yuzu hot sauce. Trader Joe's, yeah, I mean, like they don't even do advertise. It was delicious, and I put the everything but elote seasoning on on cauliflower too. Go to Trader Joe's. It's great. I work.
We're not sponsored, but we should be.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's what I had.
Nice. Joan, how about yourself?
Hey, I'm Joan. I did not want to cook this week at all. I was so lazy. So I got some Cheesecake Factory delivered to my house.
Ooh, very tasty.
I needed to treat myself.
Yeah.
I got this really intense coupon from DoorDash, so I got a shepherd's pie.
I needed to treat myself, so I used the coupon.
And I got like a Reese's cheesecake, which was very, very intense. So
hell yeah. That sounds
good.
delicious. A Reese's cheesecake, because sometimes I'm not really a fan of like chocolate and cheesecake, but I think the peanut butter, it sounded like the peanut butter was like the nice kind of smoother out in that.
It was so good. If you don't like the regular Reese's, I recommend their cheesecake.
Very
You tell me they don't do any rhyme with the Reese's. They don't call it Reese's Cheeses or Reese's Cake Cheesecake.
No.
No.
Reese's Pieces.
Cheesecake.
Reese's which is crazy. It goes Reese's Pieces, Reese's Pieces. I don't know how do I say this.
It's Reese's Pieces. There was a person named Reese, and the pieces are theirs. It rhymes.
Reese's
This is my number one pet
Pieces.
peeve. Why would it be
Reese's
Reese's Pieces?
Because
That's
it's a
your number one
Reese's.
pet peeve.
It's made by a monkey. I don't know.
that wait, what? We can't start that rumor.
No?
No?
Oh, okay.
That's too much power.
It's fine. It's fine. I hate anything with peanut butter and in the form of candy. So it's my most controversial take on.
Yeah, it's not even controversial. It's just wrong.
It's just
that's,
wrong.
That's what people tell me. I have been canceled over this.
I'm okay with you having that opinion. It's not like there are worse opinions. When someone tells me that they don't like ice cream, I'm like, what's the matter with you? Like, stop telling me you're lactose intolerant. That doesn't affect the answer.
Yeah, there's dairy-free ice cream now. That's not anymore.
Yeah.
But we can talk about food forever. And I won't keep us on that train. We're here to play a game. And I figured we might as well hop right in. Last time we were together, we kind of built our world and established it in a certain style, some would say in a circuit of cities, perchance. That's the name of our city. I will, like, do you guys want me to read back a little bit of the description of the city? Yeah, for sure.
Please,
I'll read back some of your notes that we wrote.
Can we skip the pictures that we drew? Because
Those are still those are in game. Chat will see them in a moment. And so here's the biggest thing.
That's forever.
Circuit City is established as a layer of concentric circles leading down. I took a little bit of liberty with this given what you guys gave me, and I said that there are 7 layers to it, leading to an acid pit at the very bottom. The city itself, the concentric circles, are wider up front. There's more sort of give, and it's kind of pushed out to the rounds as you're at the higher levels. But as you go down, they get tighter and tighter and tighter. And also the amount of folks who live on each level, we'll get there. And so we talked a little bit about some of the other elements that are present within our city, particularly that it once was a port town. So there's a statue of a fish that's a tourist trap, a bungus fish. Every surface bungus.
Okay, well, yeah, it's fine.
It is okay. Every man-made surface is screened for advertisements. So like throughout all of it, there's constantly ads popping in and out. There's a large cave on the outside of town that there's a tradition to visit that. The circuit itself is covered in smog because there's so much pollution and folks are burning tires in the street. And at the very, very edge of the top layer, there are vines beginning to encroach in, feeding in on what was an urban environment. There's a lot of cults. There's a lot of cults in your town. You guys settled on having a lot of different cults available. The river that runs through the town used to be clean water, and it used to be pretty mythical in its nature. It had a lot of worship attached to it. But now, since the smog and pollution has changed, all the water that flows through the city is just acid. So that's there. And because of it, there's also a river cult that bathes in it, and the river itself might act as a siren for the acid. Who knows? And there's a dancing plague caused by nanobots.
What a good idea.
Whoever thought of that.
So
Must
good.
be really smart.
Inventor died.
The right amount of
my
whimsy.
character invented it.
Very
so
fun.
that's-
Very fun.
Was it as good as the cult? I don't know.
I think better. I think it was better.
And then we have some of the setting elements that you guys picked and decided on that I'm going to hold on to. And they're just going to kind of incorporate the game as we play. So, are we ready to get into it? Folks feel good?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do
Good.
it.
Can we swear?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
But not a lot.
Probably
Let's
at that before.
let's ease it up. It loses its power when we go too hard. You know what I mean?
Okay, well.
So speaking of which, we open in outer space as we see the cosmos gather around planets orbiting on their own balance and schedule. Through it, we suddenly see a ship emerge rounding a corner of a planet. As we get closer, its clearly purpose is more utility than luxury. The size, the amount of travel it's seen as you gaze upon it from the outside, the damage, the scraps that it's been into. But we don't spend too much time on the outside because we drift in through one of the layers on the top, coming into multiple layers of the actual ship. We start at the top, going through a very nice, sophisticated ambiance with some lovely diamond encrusted silverware, seated as folks with very dapper looking individuals, clean cut garments, fine stitching, and they're also beautiful. They're all surprisingly beautiful. And as you see a pair of folks chatting, one of them raises their hand and a hole opens in their palm and a needle injects, and you see them gently put it into the other person's palm. Camera pans down through the floor, going to the next level where we see a bunch of people in uniform running around, pushing carts as they're making way, getting things prepared for food on the upper levels. Passing through that, we descend to the lower deck of this starship, and inside we see essentially the cargo bay, but littered with bodies of individuals who are sleeping on one side, huddled over, chatting on the other. There are no seats on this level. There are some straps to hold on to if you get lucky to grab one, but for the most part it is pretty bare. And as we pan in, we hear a ring sound from a speakerphone. Bing bong. Attention, all passengers, prepare for landing. We'll be arriving at our destination, Circuit City, in 5 minutes. We hope you've enjoyed your journey from Europa Spaceport with us at Corp Air, the only choice in interstellar travel, therefore the best.
I like
As
that they never figured out natural sounding speech.
it honestly is so elusive. No technology, no magic can really change that. And actually people like it this way at this point. It's become something that they're used to. But yeah, so we hear this announcement sort of go off. You see some people sort of shift. You see a guy on one side kind of move, like kind of lifts his sunglasses, but you realize the edge of his sunglasses wrapped around and into his ear, and as they come down you see a little visual display being portrayed on the inside. He looks up, he puts it back on, pulls out 2 joysticks from his pockets, and goes back to whatever he was doing. You see other individuals with some very cybernetic attachments, a little more obvious than our friends on the higher deck level would have. These are clear. You've got someone who's like a massive arm that's looks like the Winter Soldier, but with a little less funding. You've got folks coming in with like cybernetics put into their faces themselves, different like implants and like chips that are cut underneath the skin, or in fact looks like almost integrated surgically into. And as we're passing along these folks and individuals, we come across our group of 6. And I actually randomized this order to get our introductions. So first off is Joan. Tell us about your character. Give us the name, what type you're playing, a physical description of what you look like. We'll save true form for later. What you're wearing, like what's your outfit that you've got on, and what you're doing before the plane lands.
Okay.
Okay.
So my name is. Do you want my full name?
Yeah, give me everything. Give me what do you want the folks to know right now?
So my name is Little Lynx.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Tikbalang.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I'm like a humanoid / like animal spirit. I could change different forms. My human form, I have really strong arms and limbs, but I'm very small, and I have like a hologram helmet on my head, which projects like different animal faces. And I would say I'm wearing just like simple like forest clothy human clothes.
And what does that look like? Forest clothy human clothes. Like, are they like leafy, or are they like just like tan and like thatchy? Like what? Give me some colors.
I would say it's like a tan, leathery, like I skinned like a deer.
Ooh, very cool. That must be very rare, considering most organic life does not exist anymore.
Yeah, I think I probably caught like a couple, one of those. People think it's extinct, but like I found some.
You found some
in the woods.
And they must have been imported because this is the first time you guys are going back to Earth. So this is in the woods of Europa. Some random, like, rich individual bought deer, and you hunted them down and killed a few.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And what are you doing before the plane lands? Also, y'all, if you're wondering what all these questions are, I'm putting them in the Roll20 chat. So if you guys are looking for it, you guys can keep track of it there. But yeah, so what are you doing before the plane lands as you guys are standing, the six of y'all, or seating some of you?
I would say I'm just sitting and meditating and thinking about like a dream I just had while I was on the ship.
Very
Because
cool.
I just woke up right before we landed, so
Yeah.
I had this very like scary nightmare
What was the nightmare?
that I couldn't wake up and all these spirits were suffocating me. So I think I screamed and like just like tumbled off our like little cot, and that's how I woke up.
What do you recognize the spirits? Were there spirits of the animals that you like assumed the form of, or were they spirits as in some of the little gods that are around, like the actual I'd say little gods?
Yeah, I think they were the little gods.
Yeah, little gods. Nice. Or at least that's what you think, which I like.
I think, yeah. I don't
Cool.
know.
It's a dream. Who knows? Very cool. And so you're waking up from that. You like take your helmet off, and a little disoriented as you're trying to process whatever that meant. Because dreams are important. And we'll get to that in a moment. Up next, Erica. Tell us about your character.
Yeah, so I am a saint type, and my name is Saint Helix of Isidore, but people just call me Izzy because we're casual. My human form is, I look sort of like a beatific statue of Mary, but I have data ports in my palms and feet, kind of like Jesus's crucifixion wounds, as well as like one in the middle of my forehead, kind of like a third eye kind of thing. So really mixing religions there.
Well, yeah. Long forgotten at this point, you know.
Yeah. What I'm wearing is a black patent leather trench coat and like a really, really chunky lace-up boots.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. And so, what are you doing before the plane lands?
Yeah. What I'm doing before the plane lands is just like moisturizing my face. 'Cause it's been a little bit drying the whole trip. And I just like, I know we're landing soon. And I know I'm not going to get a chance to really like tidy up my appearance later. So I'm just moisturizing. So I'm ready for the rest of my day.
How are you, do you using a mirror of any kind, or using a compact that's in your pocket, or is it just like...
You know, a lot of the surfaces are reflective, and I'm just utilizing that.
Just kind of using it around. I love it.
Yeah.
Up next, Harrison.
Hi everyone. My name is Ambo Hatok from the Golden Hills of Baguio. I am a duende. My physical appearance is I'm very strong, short, stocky, barrel-chested and brawny.
Yeah.
A mix between like Watson from Apex and Torbjorn from Overwatch.
So you really try to make the sexiest character on our
Yeah.
out of our group.
Yeah.
You were like,
Yeah. I gotta go with that.
Okay.
My hands at the moment, they have dirt on them. They have grease from my building. I have my trusted hammer that I've had ever since I was a little duende at my side. It is very worn through, and I often polish it. What I'm doing on the plane, on the ship before I land, is I'm just tinkering with one of my many inventions. It's a little nanobot that I'm working on. I don't like to look at the city because it gives me a lot of bad memories. Yeah.
So have you been to the city before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I helped design most of the city. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice. So we heard from Harrison. Up next, Shu.
So my name is Luzanne Montaigne, and funny story. So there was this socialite named Angel R, and she freed me, and we sort of just like merged bodies. So now I look exactly like her. Weirdest thing, I know. I'm 5 feet tall. I'm always dressed in the most amazing fashion, which right now is just the color pink. And anyways, I am, just a generally happy-go-lucky person. This is my first time in the city. I am super excited. And I am talking to Ambo about my life story. And I don't think he's listening, but I want to make sure that he understands exactly where I am and how excited I am to be here.
I love it. That's so good. And so Ambo's just tinkering away, and you're like chattering his ear off, but he's not paying any attention.
I think he's listening deep down inside. He's just like not showing any signs of it to anybody else that he's listening.
Right. Anyone who would care to find a response.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got Astra. Tell us about your character.
Okay, yes. My character's first name is Alien. Last name Happen. Pronouns are she, her, hers.
For folks at home, that's spelled like Harrison's last name, if you did not know.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So crazy.
Yeah. At least it's Filipino.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so her human form is like super hot, biker chick. Yeah, like long black hair, all leather, everything, but like the leather that doesn't squeak when you move.
Incredible, because it's the future and that can exist.
Yeah, so that's there. She's got a. Oh, sorry.
No, keep going. Keep going.
She's got a lot of tattoos, like a really cool dragon down her back, and I want to say that the tattoos move.
Hell yeah, they're like kind of because it's the future, and so the way technologies work is the ink has now combined with the actual blood cells in your back, so it kind of shifts and goes along the circuit as your blood pumps, and depending on how you're feeling, might change and be a more drastic version of blushing, some would say. And so you're, is your hair down? Is it braided?
Oh yeah, let's do a long braid.
Braid.
If I whip my hair really quick, it'll hit someone.
It'll hit someone. Perfect. And you've got your biker outfit on, which is like Sons of Anarchy. You got a nice like leather vest and your pants, or is it a jacket?
I see a jacket.
Perfect. And then, so we've got. What are you doing before the plane lands? Before the ship.
My character's an Uswang. I don't know if I said
an Uswang. Right? Yeah. What is an Uswang?
Well, from my understanding, an Uswang is a mix between horror and machine. So something terrifying.
Yeah.
Hence the biker chick look. I don't know if that's actually terrifying, but and then before we land, she's Alien's just journaling. She's got a lot on her mind.
Very cool. Just
I think
yeah.
I think I forgot to say that I was a Dewata, by the way.
Yeah.
That's not really important. But Ambo, in case you're listening, I'm just an elemental, but of like
I'm not listening. I'm building
one
right now.
specific one. But just in case you wanted to know, it's there.
I'm with my tools right now, please.
Awesome. And then we'll go finally, Ben.
Oh gosh, where to start? My character is named Mr. Ferryman, or Ferryman to his friends. He's a Santelmo, which is an elemental that can traverse the realm of the dead, speak to the dead, bridge to the living, that kind of thing, ghost mode. He is dressed in clothes that are sort of like a manual laborers from the 20th century or 21st century, just thick button-down shirt, jeans, probably patched up with polyester since fabric's probably hard to come by these days. Knit cap, no hair, no eyelids, looking straight ahead.
0 eyelids.
There's no eyelid. You don't need them.
You're a robot. You have 0 need for it. Yeah.
Also, reference to a play. Points in the chat if anyone can figure out what play I'm referencing.
Don't do this.
Theater
Don't be this guy. Don't.
I'm gonna be this guy.
Don't be this guy.
Just so you know, in our private chat, she said no one cares. I care. And what he's doing right now is he has one ear cocked up as though he's listening to music that no one can hear. And his facial expression might betray that maybe he's not quite hearing it as clearly as he'd like to.
Interesting. And what do you do to try to... Are you trying to hear it in more now that you heard the announcement that you guys need to land? It's like kind of shifting your attention.
He's trying as though once the announcement came over that they were going to land, then he started listening as if he's listening for something that he's expecting to hear as they're closer to landing.
I get you. For the next message, basically. And so that's...
sorry. For the chat, real quick, the theater thing was that my character, Mr. Ferryman, has no eyelids, and he is between the realm of the machine and the dead. Reference to a play. Little fun exercise. Anyways, somebody asked for clarification.
You're really making me regret, God. Okay. We'll move on.
Everybody said that.
That is definitely the heel of Stir Friday Night. That everyone.
Not true. I'm so sorry.
No, it's like Benner Harrison, honestly.
Yes, it was no exit. Exactly.
Oh, look at that.
So many regrets in life.
Yeah, it was French. It was a French play too.
Oh God, get out! You're still wearing a striped shirt, you mime.
He has one shirt.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him in a non-striped shirt. Actually,
that's true. Well, it's a
okay.
suit.
Who's the real mean person in Stir Friday Night?
So, you guys are gathered and you're getting ready to land. You can't help but think back to how you even got here in the first place. How did you all, elementals, escape enslavement and gain access to a ship heading back to Earth? So we're going to figure this out together, but I do want to give you all something to sort of use as a jumping off point. At some point, roughly 2 months ago, you all heard a call in a dream that you were having in a moment when you were slipped beneath the consciousness. And during the dream, as you stood gazing at an emptiness, an ever-changing series of lights and just balls of energy begin sort of illuminating that dark space. And as they became brighter and as they got closer, you didn't hear it because it didn't say anything, but you understood what it said. And it told you, come back. Come home. We need you. magic needs you. Come back before there's nothing left to come home to. And then, suddenly, each of you saw yourself among 5 other individuals that you had never seen before, standing in front of an apartment building, looking derelict on what can only be described as a multi-tiered layered skyline, gazing up. So, upon sort of seeing this dream, what took place for you all to be able to get onto this ship? And I want to start first with Joan, because I want to talk a little bit about your bond. Because I thought, like, you mentioned this a little bit in... So part of this game is you build bonds, and you use them as you establish their narrative. And one of Joan's bonds is a machinist named Triton. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Triton, Joan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he helped us disconnect from the mainframe. And we were before locked in to this like server, you know, doing menial tasks for the, you know, the network. And then this machinist got us out and made us like alive.
And so you, with Triton, sort of worked together, and I imagine you were probably like the first one to get free, particularly because of him reaching to you first. And I have this listed in an order, so I want you all, after being released from the Corp's control, for you have been sort of connected to this mainframe, and Triton reaches out to you, comes to you and unplugs, and as you gaze up looking at him, what does he look like?
He looks like this, like a grandfather.
Yeah.
Like a traditional guy with like a beard, except he's like super, super dirty and covered in mud. And it seems like he's just always messing around with like electronics.
Yeah.
Like greasy machines.
Thank you. That's what a gift. And so he shakes you up and he's like, "All right, come on now. We need to get you out of here. We need to go. Come on. The Earth spoke to me, and we need to get you home. You're not moving. Come on." And he tries to grab you a little bit. "My name's Triton, and I had a dream that the Earth spoke to me and said I needed to free you. And so here I am, at the ripe age of 973, doing something good." And you see as he walks, his knee kind of jerks, and you hear a whirring sound, and steam escapes through the bottom of his pant leg as he walks forward, and you realize that he is a machinist because he's also a machine, a very, very old machine. And so upon releasing you, you being Tikbalang, sort of being stored away until you're needed for the manual labor that you provide, the physical force that your shape-shifting animal powers grant you. And so now it's the two of y'all sort of making your way out. I want to ask, how do you all free Alien? And Usra, feel free to take the lead as well in this, but I'd love for the two of y'all to have a conversation about this.
So how does Joan and the grandfather
How does
Triton?
I mean, I'm gonna ask you to do something obnoxious. Oh. How does Little and Triton help you, Alien?
Oh, okay.
Don't break character.
So I'm also connected to the mainframe.
Well,
right.
So you're an Uswang, right? So you're an elite killer. I don't know what you were doing or where you were at this moment when they got you, but you had also received this dream. So I think there was probably a level in you that felt ready and waiting for something to happen. I'd imagine, and feel free to correct me if this feels a little too much on my end, but Joan, you probably had that dream and literally were woken up by Triton out of it. So it felt like it made sense. Like suddenly somehow this was the natural shift. How much time happens for you between the dream and when they come to get you?
I think the dream lasted so long, like 50 years.
Ooh, interesting. So the last time that you all almost were like in service or like were being utilized in some capacity was like 50 years ago. And so you all were like all being hibernated out of use by the Corp until that moment. So Triton and Little make their escape, and they're now running through this storage facility on Europa. And you see this massive building that is black metal everywhere, and it's just more or less clearly designed to be a structure that holds than to do anything else. And because of that, you see massive rows of just tanks that litter the entire sides of the building, leading up from the bottom going to the top, as if it was a stadium filled with seats, but instead of seats you had like body sized tubes that people were in, these pods that instead of just one layer have layers upon layers. And so this storage facility that clearly is where they keep and document all of you elementals until they're ready for use, is where you all are. And so tell me, I'm going to ask you all, how do you know where to find Asra? And how does Little know where to find Alien? And what does that interaction look like?
Okay, so I'm not in those tubes. I'm like out.
So you're not in one. Well, it's up to you. Tell me. Like where do you want to be when your story starts?
I see Alien,
Uh-huh.
sweet, terrifying Alien, about to on a mission
Mhm.
to murder someone, and but like kind of distracted by the dream. But she has our target in sight, and who taps her on the shoulder, but Little, right as she's like aiming to kill someone, and it really startles Alien. She must be really distraught by the dream to have been able to have someone walk up to her and tap her on the shoulder without her realizing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Little and Triton.
So Triton comes up, and as you're, correct me again, you're aiming. Are you like in a dream right now, and you get woken up out of that, or is this?
Yeah, it could be a dream.
Oh, no, it's just, but this is real. So you're like aiming. You're like doing some shooting.
Yeah, about to assassinate someone, ask for my job.
Yeah.
Another day in the life.
And so you're just not actually in the storage facility. You're out and about on Europa.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So you're on a rooftop. You've got... What weapon do you use? Are you up close? Are you a sniper? Like, how does Alien... So Alien's stood, like, looks down the scope of their... the only way to describe this is a magnetically charged sniper rifle. It releases a hyper lighted tube along the side that rapidly speeds up the bullet. A round hunk of metal, like nothing else but just raw metal. That it's basically a rail gun. It's a rail gun that in the tiny size of a sniper rifle. And so you've got it set up, and you're aiming, you're looking down, and you see your mark walking around. It's been a local union organizer for some of the humans who were working for the Corp. He's trying to get a little bit of power and structure to those working there, but the Corp obviously has a no union policy. And so takes aim, and thinking about it, you're having a moment where suddenly the dream that you had the night before comes back to you. And as you're looking, you lift up, and you swear you're not alone before the tap even happens. And there behind your shoulder, you see Triton. And Triton looks to you and goes, okay, oh, you have a gun. That's scary. But hi, I don't mean to frighten you, but I believe I'm supposed to help you leave this planet.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You haven't shot me yet. Okay, fine. You're very scary. You're very scary.
Okay, wait. I want to redo that. So, hold on. The pause was. Okay, wait. So, yeah, there you are. And then I feel like I have like a knife or something put up to throat. Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
What are you doing here? How did you find me? Also, do I know you? Remember
No.
Dream vaguely?
No, you. I don't know if you do, but the other elemental didn't. A Tikbalang that was. Well, you'll see her. Can I? Are you gonna kill me? I didn't do anything. I thought this was what was right to save humanity and all of life and magic. I had a weird dream, and I'm doing this thing, and I think I might just be losing my mind, but.
Okay. Well, I think I could take you if, things get weird. So let's just see where this is going.
No, I'm not
for
a
now.
threat. How can I make that any more clear to you that I am non-threatening?
That's something someone threatening would say,
I really.
No.
Okay. And
But I'm sure I can handle if something weird happens next. So let's just see where this plays out. I'll follow you.
Okay. All right. Wow. That was very, very sharp. And you see, you kind of chipped a little bit of the metal, and so he raises a finger, and a cap comes off, and he starts kind of fixing himself with a little bit of a torch that comes in to make it as he starts walking along with you all. And so up next we have Harrison. Harrison, how long is it after the dream, and what does it look like when? Basically, how do you stop being a stooge for the Corp? When does your job end?
How does my job end when I stop working for the corporation?
Yeah, how do you stop? When do you become unenslaved? When do you become a free elemental?
Well, I was being locked up in one of the most maximum security prisons up in Baguio, where I'm from. They completely tore it down. It used to be beautiful golden hills with fog rolling through. They completely mined it, and they built a maximum security prison in there. And it's one of the top security prisons, guarded by so many cyborgs, drones. It's almost impossible to get out if you're not me, because I helped build them. I know I built the handcuffs. They think that they could hold me handcuffs behind. They're torturing me, and I'm just letting it happen. I'm just letting them do that. You know why? Because I hate myself. And what I have done to ruin our great country. Okay, it's
the United States of the Corp.
The United States of the Corp, or the Corp for short. Okay, I'm letting them torture me because it's kind of some kind of punishment for me for all the bad sins that I've done, all the elementals that I've killed, and I'm just letting them do it. And you know what? I had enough, because a thought came into my mind of my protege was calling out for me. My protege was calling out for me. I was sleeping, and I saw a little tiny hill, a little duende hill. All right, a little tiny duende hill. And opening the door is my protege, and it says, "Hey, Ren is my protege's name. Ren, it says, come help me. And as I'm walking towards, a giant metal boot steps on the duende hill and completely flattens it, and then I wake up.
Wow. So you have two different dreams. You have one dream where it's calling you back to Earth that you were like, nah, that's whatever. What a weird dream. And then you have a second dream that, like, it's so real. It's so visceral, even more than the last one. Almost as if they happen back to back. And at that moment, freaking Sean Connery from The Rock comes out, and you have to bust yourself out of the same prison that you busted yourself into. The handcuffs literally pop off immediately. You've got all these tools, and you see yourself making your way up, out, and you, as you're walking by, you leave a litany of robots and metallic creations, because of course you made it so there were no humans guarding you, just creations that you yourself made. And so as you're climbing your way out, you get to the top door and you look back, looking down at the 70 floors that you climbed yourself out of, wearing nothing but your tattered garments. You open the door, and there, standing on the other side, is a tiny old machine man with overalls and just like a grandpa that stands over with his cane. And he says, "Oh, you're already out. Okay. Hi, I'm Triton, and I'm pretty sure it's my job to get you to Earth. I had a weird dream about it, and this is usually where the other elementals I talk to agree with me that they had a weird dream, and then we're kind of on our way."
What? How did you know that I had a dream?
Oh, now I do.
Why can I kill you, little man?
Oh,
little old
no,
man.
no, please. Okay, I can't say I'm not threatening because that makes me seem threatening, but, oh, I'm so threatening. Look at me.
I grab your hand and I touch your pulse, and you are a human being, so I let go, and I'm like, you know what? All right. You're not a machine.
Oh, I mean,
I have to kill you.
Thank you. I mean, I am part machine, and like you see his like finger cap pops off, and a little like spark. No, please. And I'm mostly man. I'm still mostly man. You know how it is.
What do you have to say, old machine man?
Oh my God, Harrison is our wild card.
Just look. I can tell you're a powerful duende, Ambo. I remember when they first made the Ambo creations and all the exclusive line of models that you were ultimately responsible for.
Yeah.
I'm surprised as you as the fact that you're got a call to go to Earth, but I'm just respecting what the little gods tell me, you know? Before the Corp gets too wise to it.
Did you say the Corp?
Yeah, I tried to do a whisper thing, because they could always be listening.
Do you have a ship?
No, but I think we could arrange passage.
All right, I'm coming.
All right. You can walk out, you can keep pace, I'm very slow. And
you need me to build you crutches or something, old man? Because you're walking pretty slow.
And you cut away from that being the last conversation between you and this machine man. Up next, we have Erica. So you have this dream that comes to you, and how much time passes between that before you end your servitude to the Corp?
As a saint, I know that I'm often called to service in mysterious ways. And so I have an ear to listen to these calls. And so soon after this dream, I answer the call of service. I was in the middle of an exorcism. A young girl. Isn't it always? yes, a young girl was possessed by a demon. A demon. What they say is a demon, but honestly, the little gods possess people too. And who decides what spirits need to be exorcised from a body or not? Something changed in me after that dream, where I saw maybe these great paradoxes of religion perhaps were merely small hypocrisies. And so I left the demon in that child. Because I kind of liked the demon, to be honest. He had a great personality.
And so you have this realization as having that dream and understanding in some way how the Corp has monetized faith to be for something. The idea that the first notion that all, like, your point of view, your direction has been taught to you and explained to you and given to you instead of what everyone else, or like what could be being a reality. And so all these spirits that you exorcised, all these little gods that you have killed and removed, it gives you a moment of pause as you think of what they weren't. You didn't know if they were inherently bad or evil. Like but you had to do your job, and at the time you thought it was right.
I believed that everything I've been doing is right, but according to whose law?
Exactly. And so you're having this realization, and you see. I'm gonna take a little liberty and feel comfortable. We actually see your character like saying all this, like having this like sort of conversation. We pan over to you saying it out loud, like at a bar. And we cut back to Triton sitting over there with like a little glass of water. He's like, "Wow, that's crazy. You know, for most of the other guys that I talked to, they were gonna kill me. And so to not have my life threatened and just have a conversation is very delightful. And truly, we don't ask ourselves these philosophical questions too much. We don't ponder on the great musings of life and the world, and I think it makes us duller because of it." And he like reaches over. He's like, "Oh, sorry, my arm's a little squeaky." And he like pops a little oil in. But yeah. So you're trying to blow this pop stand or what? You trying to stay? What's going on?
Listen, old man. This is the first time I've been in a bar in my whole life, and I'm gonna have a great time tonight. And then I'll join you on your journey. But for right now, I'm gonna turn this little water you're drinking into a little holy wine, and you're gonna party with me tonight, and then we can go.
No, I really can't. The one thing that's human about me is my liver, and
Party tonight, or I'm not going with you. I'm gonna bring you to the edge of death, baby. We're gonna party.
Oh God, 9:57 has never felt more old. As he takes his drink, and we are gonna cut to Ben, your character. How do you sort of stop your servitude to the Corp? After having this dream, what happens for you?
So in my dream,
Yeah.
Mr. Ferryman every night dreams, and there's binary flowing by in the sky, whatever else is happening in the dream. And the binary comes out to the text of people's names and their date and cause of death at all times. So everyone who dies goes through just in the background of his dreams.
Yeah.
Man, during this dream, he saw his own name and today as the date of death.
What?
That's not true because he's alive.
Yeah.
Right? Impossible. So that made him want to end his servitude. So communicating with the dead, those no longer with us, he figured out how to possess another machine body and get out.
So all of this entirety was you still existing in like net form, in online spiritual, like your true form in essence.
Yeah.
And so we don't really see much of your actual reflection, but we see your point of view as you're looking out and you're processing this. We like hear your thoughts around it, looking at this code that's flashing before your eyes. And as you're moving and you're traveling, you think back onto that dream that you had and seeing 6 bodies in front of you you didn't recognize. But as you're moving through the system, you look out, and from the camera, a security camera that's sort of placed, you catch a body in storage, a machine, a robot that is exactly like one of the bodies that you saw in your vision. It's the Mr. Ferryman body. So you jump in, you possess it, and now you are this eyelidless robot with your knit cap. And do you have a pullover? Is that what you said? You have like a...
Just sort of like a mechanics jumpsuit.
A mechanics jumpsuit, yeah.
2-piece, like a fleece and jeans.
Yeah.
It's all the same muddy, brown, gray color that everything is in the cyberpunk future.
And so you, besides all the neon that lights up the streets, everyone's clothes are all dull and muted.
Yeah, what's the first line of Neuromancer? The sky was the color of television tuned to a dead channel, right? Points for somebody in the chat's gonna like that.
God damn it.
Nobody liked that.
And so you pop out of this like recluse storage closet as this robot, get a feel for your limbs as you push forward. And as you round the corner onto the main street, you see a old machine man walking his way. It's like, oh God, last night really did me in. I just need to take it nice and easy. And he looks at you and says, Robert? No, you're supposed to be out of commission. What?
What's the year we're in?
What's the year we're in? Tell me. You tell me what year it is.
2457.
24. It's 2457. I haven't seen you since 2322.
I look at him and say, I'm sorry. I don't know who you are. May 25th, 2468.
No, that's not the date.
I say, that's your date. And I keep walking.
Ooh.
Don't like that. That's like a year and a half from now. What does that mean? Hey guy, are you trying to blow this pop stand? What are you doing? You trying to be on Europa? Something tells me I'm pretty sure you're supposed to go to Earth.
Blow this pop stand? Why should I go to Earth?
Frankly, I'm pretty sure you're supposed. Are you a free elemental right now?
I get much closer to him and I say, how do you know that?
I got a
What
vibe.
do you know that I need to know?
Well, I've seen. Well, clearly you know a date that's important to me in some capacity. And also I've been on a weird journey. I think I'm about to die soon personally because I've been encountering a lot of stuff recently that's been putting me very close.
I'm not sorry to hear that. It happens to everybody.
Yeah. My life is real simple though. It's supposed to be easy and uncomplicated, and then just work your day in, your day out. You exist, you repair yourself. Robert got that. Never mind, you're not Robert. But I had a dream that I was supposed to help 6 guardians of magic.
Well, that's definitely not me, and I am Robert. Right? My name is Robert. I love.
No, you just said you're not Robert. You said you.
That was a mistake. I was doing a joke. It was my
then,
big joke. It was
then
that I
gave me
wasn't Robert.
a random date, which honestly feels like a St. Elmo thing to do. Are you a St.
I'm
Elmo?
sorry. No, I'm Robert, and I don't know the day you're going to die. I don't know that. I just said that. on a whim.
Wait, that was the day I was gonna die? Jesus
No,
my God!
I am not a ghost of any kind. I'm not a robot ghost, and I don't know what.
All
day
right,
you're
dude, you're just come on. You'll fit in just fine with the other one who tried to kill me. Now I actually know when I'm gonna die. Okay. And he like kind of grabs your hand as you're like mumbling away that you're definitely not this dude. And then last but not least, Shu, how does your servitude end? You told us a little bit because your human form is connected a little bit to, or like the way you look like, but your character Luzon is a Dewata, right? And most of their, from what I remember reading and from what I gathered, they're like most of their lives has been in this like semi-conscious state as like a battery, as like an energy provider to the Corp for their needs.
Yes, I spent most of my life as a battery, some might say. And it was like a fine life. Like it wasn't like fun, but it wasn't like not fun. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't dig the vibes, but it was a type of vibe. So, funny story. I had the weirdest dream. It just like came out of nowhere. And in this dream, I am my full elemental self and I was just free. And it was the most beautiful thing that I had ever felt. And then this random person, like a literal person, was reaching into my battery cell and trying to pull me loose because she was going on some kind of social media live. I don't know what happened. And I just did the natural thing. I just kind of like subsumed her into my body, into like who I am.
Oh.
And so, weirdest thing, I think we've melded. I don't know how that goes. And yeah, it's like a different vibe now. Yeah.
And so you meld with this influencer identity from the future.
Her name is Angel, yes.
Angel, yes. You have now fused and almost taken over her form and likeness. What does Angel look like? What are her cybernetic attachments or addendums?
She has like a very sharp haircut, and her hair can change colors. It's very expressive. Actually, she's wearing a bunch of nanoblasters to kind of shift to whatever she feels like, or I should say I don't know. The line between her and me is just very unclear, and every now and then like something will just like pop out of me, and I don't know, it's like a weird thing to say. But yeah, she has large expressive eyes. She's got like the same lips that everybody else does, you know. She seems to have long eyelash extensions. Yeah, you know,
beautiful. And some of it mechanical, some of it in like natural, though now as your essence is sort of fusing, it's hard to tell where the mechanical ends and the physical begins a little bit more. It's a little it's a hard line. And
it is. It's so weird, especially because she just like looked young, and so now I'm technically the oldest out of all of these everyone, but I'm just trapped into this little influencer body. What a like a, is it like irony? I feel like that's like irony.
Irony. I mean, maybe it could be a humble brag about how you're oldest, but you look the youngest. One or the other. But so you have now popped out of your space. You are subsuming this body. You come up, and your skin for Angel was once shiny, has almost become chrome like. And as you move, you see her WC, her work cell, her workie has been streaming an information at you, and you kind of grab it and shut it off. And as you're stumbling and getting yourself straight, you see a door open in the corner of this factory, where these rows and rows of other Dewata are plugged into a generator to power the current colony of Europa. And you see this old man with his machinist outfit and Kane walk in and says, "Okay, that makes 6. That means I'm done. It's not my death date, so you can't kill me. That means I'm finished. Terrific. Hi, I'm Triton. I'm friends with Little. You don't know them yet. It's cool. I don't think you're supposed to be here, right, friend?
No, I just kind of
Friend,
came out.
I don't think you're supposed to be here. And he like winks like immensely at you. It's like, let me take you to a place so you're not trespassing, friend.
I don't know you. Are we friends? Do we know each other? Do you know this person?
Yes, I. Oh my God, are you Angel? Oh my God, yeah. Wait. No, you're not. You're not in. Are you a robot? Who made you? Are you are you like a replica? Is this like a sex bot thing? Like what's going on here?
First of all, I'm that.
Okay.
Second of all,
Definitely
no,
not.
I'm Angel.
Yeah.
There's this new thing you can do where you have no pores and instead you're just chrome. So it's
Just
me,
Chrome.
Angel,
Looks at like the
and yeah, you can get it too, even though your pores are like the size of Europa.
I may be old, also mean. Okay, some of us don't get as much time to moisture. Actually, I don't make time. It's really an issue. But really, I'm gonna take a guess and say that you're a Dewata that just happened to gain consciousness recently and maybe consumed the body of a woman who was trespassing, because it looks like that's the rest of her actual skin on the ground there. And that's an empty canister behind you.
If I kill you, is that like a bad thing in the world now? Because I've been kind of out of it for a while, so...
You know what? You could try! I know I don't die today because it's not... And he checks... Ben, what day was it again that you said he was going to die on?
March 27th, May. So
It was like a year and a half in the future. This is like a week later. It's like, no, I know when I'm dying now, and I'm not dying today. So, hey.
Yeah, that's fair, but you could be maimed very harshly and just hold on into life support. So I'm just saying, like, let's consider our options, yeah?
Okay, that's very fair. I had a dream. I was supposed to get some elementals off Europa to Earth to bring about the rebirth of magic. Like that's supposed to be my job, and I'm like almost there. Ma'am, you clearly don't belong here. Or what used to be you did not belong here. I'm just trying to get you out of here.
If I say yes, will you leave? If I do what you want.
Yeah, no, I'll leave with you. I'm gonna take you to where you're gonna go. I'm gonna cover you. Like, I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna make it look like you didn't do anything wrong.
Okay. That gives me a good time to kind of like redo and like maybe discuss some of your like skincare elements. I know you're part metallic, but like there's really no
He like
excuse
takes a broom out while you're like chatting and starts like sweeping up the like skin and slop and bubbles that are now at the base of this like tank. And so you've got Triton now has gotten all of you together and gathered and has figured out a way to sneak you onto a base of the ship. How do you all how does that happen? So you guys all gather together and you're able to recount to one another this dream that you all had, this call. What does that conversation look like after you all realize that?
Funny story. Did any of you guys get like woken up today by this like crazy dude?
Listen, I know everybody else thinks that my name is Robert, but I'm not actually a guy named Robert. I've seen all of you in a dream. I've had that dream also. I think we're meant to be together for some reason.
Okay, what about anyone else who has eyelids? Anybody?
I know we're meant to be together. I had the dream, and that's why I'm here. I listened to it right away. Isn't that what you did?
Yeah, listening to dreams is new for me also. But you were all in my dream, so yeah.
That's so strange. You have no soul.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
Yeah, you were all in my dream. And Triton just he's connected to us.
You're talking about that old guy?
Yeah, the old guy. I think he picked all of us on purpose.
That old guy can party. Let me tell you that. You think
Hey. Oh, sorry. Go
Terrible
ahead.
skin, though. Yeah. Yeah, terrible skin.
you
Well,
tried
He
drinking?
was saying something. He was saying something about he knew when he was gonna die.
I don't want to get into the exact mechanics of that, but I have
You know, we're all gonna die.
I have a date for everybody.
Oh my god, it's so dark.
Yeah, no one wants to hear it. All right.
Listen to me. I'm past my date. That's why I'm freaking out, guys.
What?
Past my
Maybe
date. I'm
you
supposed to be
just remembered your date wrong, or like mixed up the numbers. You know,
Rebirth is a natural part of death.
I guess it's possible, but
Do you owe a life debt?
What?
Do you owe a life debt? Do you owe a life debt to somebody?
Don't owe any life debts that I can think of. Could be my numbers are wrong, guys. I'll crunch them when I go to sleep again.
All right.
What are you working on? What are you
Well,
building?
yeah. What's going on?
It's none of your
do you have in your
business.
hands?
It's none of your business. These are my tools, okay?
Fair enough.
All right? Okay. I built this damn ship myself, okay? Well, not the actual ship, but the design of the ship. All right? Things you wouldn't even understand. Okay?
So you're more like the architect than the engineer.
I'm a little bit of both, okay? Mainly architect, all right?
Why did you build this ship as a metaphor for class?
God, no, that's
can
my
help you
brother
with that enough?
speaking with that, okay? All right, enough about my inventions, okay? We're all gonna go to this city where it's gonna suck and we might die, and let's just sit in silence, okay? Whatever the old man said.
Oh, the city sucks? I bet you built that too.
Yes, I designed it.
Yeah.
I designed it. Yes.
At this moment,
Wow.
Yeah.
you see Triton walk over to the 60 as you're sitting in the hub of the ship. We're back into present day where y'all are having this conversation. And he says, all right, now we're almost there and we'll be good to go. Everything should be set up. It should be an easy transfer. And then, yeah, I'm going to be good. I've got a place to stay. But you all got a place to crash at, right? Like,
I don't know anyone on Earth.
oh, well, it sucks for you. My job was just to get you here. That was my thing. So I think you're gonna kind of be on your own.
Wait, we can't stay with you?
No,
Yeah. What the heck?
you
I
definitely
thought we were
can.
friends now.
Yeah.
what are you-
Come on, you can trust us.
Yeah.
the
if
only
we
one I-
didn't kill you, that means that we're friends now.
The only
Oh, did you
person.
try to kill him too? Oh my god.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my
Absolutely.
god, me too. Oh my god.
Everyone
Wow.
here tried to kill me except for Little. Therefore, Little is my only friend. Little can stay with me, and none of y'all can.
Oh, we didn't have a fun time?
No, no, we didn't. I vomited 7 times that night.
Sounds like
Triton, I actually am Robert, so you can trust me.
Okay,
So I can stay in your place.
Ferryman, you're done. You're done.
I taught you a 3-point skincare routine that anybody could follow. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
No.
I can fix your
because-
legs.
Listen, maybe it'll be
Wait,
okay.
hold up. Umbo, we're gonna talk later. You might have bumped up on the list. But anyways, I'm
We
pretty.
can find some believers
Yeah.
who will help us.
It-
I think we can.
Well, you guys could do that.
Mm.
You guys are also all welcome. Mine is Triton over there to Angel / my house. It's kind of big though, and there's like a ton of rooms, so I don't know. You guys don't have to come. You guys can do like whatever you want. I don't want to like.
That sounds fine. That sounds good. I
Yeah,
want to do that.
I'm good with that.
Oh, right. You're rich. Damn, I screwed the pooch on this.
What's a pooch?
Oh, it's an old phrase. Right, I'm 900, so I still remember some stuff from back when it was real. It was a dog, like Anyways, it's a weird phrase. It
Oh,
doesn't
like a Zorp. Yeah, like a Zorp.
dog.
like a Zorp. Yeah, like you know.
Yeah, like a Zorp.
You know the Zorp Model 3. They had 4 legs.
Yeah, 3 legs.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
the
3 legs.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And as you guys are chatting, you hear doors open as the plane begins to set down, and as it finally jostles to settle, you see 2 large gentlemen walk through the front of the door, the front of the ship to where it exits, and it says, all right, step on up, single file now, display your workies. Your like work cell basically keeps track of everything about who you are. Your work card is how the Corp tracks everything about you. They know everything about you. It's your main money, how you pay. Its work card also doubles as your cell phone. It's a thin piece of glass that has a cybernetic board built into it that runs everything. You can swipe it when you need it. You can display things virtually off of it. But you all have your work cells, these workies that Triton gave to you. And when we were about to take a little bit of break because it's 8:35, and so I wanted to give us a little bio break. But I want you all in this break think about how we're going to come back and talk about how you rig them to allow you to get past this security gate. How do you guys mess with this technology to allow you to get past whatever scan that they want to do to check what your job is supposed to be? But that will be in just a moment. Hey, y'all. This is Balikbayan returning home on Roll20. We're going to be back in just about 7 minutes, so keep your butts where they are, or go to the bathroom and then be back in 7 minutes. That's the main thing. Okay, bye. See you soon.